receiver, just hammers it for the line. Uze floats one over the top. The man that benches houses. Johnny Muscles Ryberg. The dive, the bump, the try. ETS, the magic man gets the ball away. Davidson, Holly Davidson. It's not going to be stopped by a semi-trap.
Hello rugby fans, I'm Dallen Stanford and welcome to Raptors Weekly. Today we have all the action from the greatest comeback ever, interviews with Dave Williams and John Ryberg, a couple of interesting penalty tries, a champagne 5-pointer, and a preview of the Raptors' upcoming battle with the Legion. Houston opened the scoring on Saturday night from an attacking scrum at the 5-meter line.
And the thing is, Dallen, when you get the pressure on the scrum, it's going to keep these flankers bound down, and that's going to open things up on this outside.
It certainly will. Plenty of talent at backside. White Windsor's on the right-hand side. They need him. Pangolino on the left and push off a scrum. They get a penalty try underneath the stick. 6 minutes gone. This should be 7 points. Those Sabre Cats have struck first here at Infinity Park.
Two scrums, they've just blew this Glendale pack backwards. And referee Elgin Williams, no hesitation, awarding that penalty try. And of course, on a penalty try, there's no conversion. It's automatically counted for a 7-0 Sabre Cats lead.
7 minutes later, Houston did it again.
Competitive at all set pieces, and here come Houston again. They've crumbled the scrum. It's try number 2.
What an outstanding scrum again by Houston, and again that is going to fire a team up. The backs all come in. Look at the drive.
After a couple of penalty kicks, the Sabre Cats ran their third straight try.
Kalenisau flings it across, good hands. Pangolino open space. Oh, Esdale on the outside. It's glory times here for the Houston Sabre Cats. Malachi Esdale is in for 5.
I mean, this has been an explosive performance. Good hands right there by the big man. And then the nice little pine pass by Zach Pangolino to Esdale finishes it off.
Houston got their bonus point with 8 minutes to go in the first 40.
Good angle there by Dahl, but then they read it. So Archibald gets taken down to the ground.
Counter's fine.
Big ruck by Magno. Diego Magno has turned it around. Kelly Kohlberg. Spike is in the corner. What a dive! Don't try that at home. Kelly Kohlberg's in the corner.
Diego Magno again. You got to credit him for this try. Keep your eye on number 4. This ball squares free. And he goes right straight through.
All good.
And then you hear the referee just now looking at that replay on the big screen, said we're good. And Kelly Kohlberg, the veteran. And it's a shell-shocked crowd here at Infinity Park.
Trading 32-0, the Raptors began the comeback with a strong effort from John Ryberg.
London, bit of space here for Goff, and now it's Muscles Ryberg on the outside. Johnny Beefcake. Ryberg gets a couple of fans. Ryberg! Johnny Ryberg! He doesn't have a photo of a loved one in his wallet. It's a photo of the gym. He's in again. Your top try scorer in Major League Rugby is now that man in picture. The Muscles, the Beefcake, the Ryberg.
What a great individual effort it was by Ryberg once he got ball in hand. I thought Garber had him. I thought Pangolino had him. Here's Pangolino, I think, with the first attempt. It goes right around him. Then I thought for sure Garber was going to get him. The sure-handed flanker could not bring him down. Kalenisau couldn't bring him down either, and Johnny Ryberg scores at number 7, I think, in the MLR.
Glendale narrowed the deficit right after the halftime siren.
London's on his feet and gets the penalty.
Holding on.
Yeah, good one-man effort by Chad London there.
Go 10. Advantage, not 10.
And not 10 is Diego Magno as Davies took it quickly. Dahl in open space. London now. Goff yet again. Goff in open space. Goff with the dummy. Hurdles over the top.
Over.
He's inside the 22. Houston were just on the other side, and now it's Glendale. Fafita, he's fresh from the sin bin, but he's isolated as Garber gets over this one.
Ball's available.
Still there for the Raptors. Ryberg takes on Spike Kohlberg. Ryberg still going. Johnny Ryberg! Was he held? No, he wasn't. He's over!
Not held.
Nobody can stop the man that bench presses every single minute of every single day.
Okay, number 4, not 10.
Oh, look at that.
Not 10. Number 4.
It's a yellow card. He just pulled a yellow card.
Number 4, not 10.
Diego Magno is going to go to the bin. So now things are coming up roses for the Glendale Raptors. But there wasn't a whole lot here. John Ryberg goes up, goes down. He wasn't held in that tackle by Kelly Kohlberg. Then he goes right through 3 more Sabre Cats for yet another try. dots it down right on that line.
The Raptors open the second half on fire.
Flick back in. Davies goes spiral ball to Davidson. Davidson stutters, loses his footing, still going. Davidson still has the offload. Taramai upfield, here he goes. First game, pin it all! The hard man is in! And that's an early birthday present for his wife, Katie Dahl.
Sean Davies did a great play here. Just trying to probe, and then Harley Davidson did well, staying on his feet too. Again, probing, trying to find a little bit of seam in this very stubborn Sabercats defense. And then it was the new man. Beautiful pass, beautiful weighted pass to Peter Dahl. And Peter Dahl, the veteran, scores the try.
Only 3 minutes elapsed before Glendale notched their bonus point.
Set.
Pangolin out there anymore, so the talented fullback.
And I think Kohlberg's out as well.
That's right, a couple of changes there, and Taramai gets the offload beautifully. Archibald, fullback slips there as Kalinisal gets cleaned out. Luke White on the charge. Luke White, you've never seen somebody run this fast in your life with that size. Gets the pass away. It's Champagne Rugby. Robbie Pizza is in. Get the glasses. Let's pop another bottle.
This conversion's just going to make it a 4-point ball game. And Sean Davies, how good is he? And Robbie Petzer, he's been kind of the unsung hero of this Glendale Raptors team.
Houston was next on the board in minute 54.
Clean ball for the Toad. There's Windsor. He's got to bash it up with the big boys. Murphy turns it back on the inside. Beautiful ball, wonderful footwork and step back. Dion Mikesell. That is magic. Mikesell had no right to score that try, and he's dazzled here at Infinity Park.
And what a spark it was. How about that inside pass from the Toad back into 23. Little dummy out wide. Mikesell communicated with him perfectly. Step 2, Glendale Raptors. And then it was just a run to the line for Dion Mikesell.
The Raptors' next try came from a well-designed line-out play.
Well, you don't get into Super Rugby squad for nothing, and Malon Al-Jaburi down the short side. Al-Jaburi like he did last week. He scores on the first touch. Watch out for this young man. Al-Jaburi spikes it in.
Let's take another look at this. First step, good line-out take. Al-Jaburi, just a little set on the weak side. He's got the outside with Zach Finolio. And you saw his opposite go with him, did Pat O'Toole. That opened up that little lane for Al-Jaburi. And we saw him last week carry 3 NOLA goal players over the line. And he did just about the same. Yeah. But good heads-up play by Al-Jaburi.
37-36, they're down by 1. This will put him up. Has it got the legs? Yes, it has! 38-37. Miraculous stuff from the Glendale Raptors. And it's Al-Jaburi, the man with 7 siblings, knows how to party.
Behind for the first time in the match, Houston responded almost immediately.
Advantage.
Another penalty
Angle.
advantage here for the Sabercats. Windsor kicks it over the top himself. The chip and chase. It sets up for Windsor. He's got that! A star is born. He's as creative as Lady Gaga. And they call him Sam Windsor.
And a good heads-up play. Like he saw nobody back. Perfectly kicked. Taikato Simpson did well to cover. Just couldn't bring it down. That little pop back up. Went right into Windsor's hands. Christmas comes early for Sam Windsor.
Ryberg answered back by dotting down for his hat-trick.
Glendale need to get on the scoreboard next. It's Peter Dahl. Gets hit high by Jamie Diva. And now Malifa strikes. Ata Malifa, delayed ball to Taramai. Murphy Taramai. Kalenisau, but the ball is inside. It's Johnny Ryberg. He's as scary as Lyme disease. Ryberg, a record scorer. And it's what a comeback. He scored the first 2 to get his side into this, and another.
Murphy Taramai again with a nice little pass. And Adam Malifa, he always adds a spark when he comes in. There's Taramai. Good collision right here. Keeps the hand free. Johnny Ryberg back inside. And Ryberg knows he has to get as close to the poles as he can.
Thank you.
Dots down that ball, sets up this conversion attempt.
The Petzer conversion put the Raptors back in front with 3 minutes left.
44-43 the score. Down by 1. Petzer, the 23-year-old from Kroonstad, South Africa. Top point scorer for Glendale this season. But this two scrapes in on the inside.
The Raptors added an exclamation point try as time expired.
And they still have a chance.
Well, we thought last week was the game of the year between the Glendale Raptors and Nola Gold. It ended 34-33 in favour of Glendale. And right now, 45-44. They want to turn this over. Glendale have this all over it. It's available from Denason Malifa over the top. Harley Davidson! He drives it in. It's Glendale all over this. And they're a big hit here at Infinity Park. The Raptor machine is back.
Watch this number play. Keep your eye on 21. Picked up at the back by Nieto. Carlos gets to his feet so quickly, steals that ball. Is there before any Sabercats. And again, the little heads-up play. What a clever play by the veteran Adam Malifa over the top. All alone is Harley Davidson to dot down the finish. Unbelievable comeback.
To Glendale as the crowd hushes, respecting the kicker. Another smile on everyone's faces that support the home team. The Glendale Raptors won their 5th match of the season. They keep themselves inside the top 4 places on the standings with that bonus point victory. And what a game we've witnessed.
Coach Dave Williams joined us in commentary after the phenomenal come-from-behind victory.
What communication did you have to your side to get your team back in? Because really at scrum time was a trouble.
Yeah, it was. But I think if we just got to stick to our processes, like everybody says that, but we got to buy in. Like Pete Bollais is a great scrum coach. He tells the boys exactly what they need to do. Obviously, Houston have got a good pack. Fitzy, that's what he's made his money. In the front row. So he prides himself on that. Obviously, they beat us to that in the first half, and probably all the way to that last scrum. So well done to them. When we sped the game up, when we kept to our pattern, we kept to our shape. We just ran through them and ran around them.
And Dave, we talked about this before. There's never an off week in the MLR. It seems like every game is just a nail biter. You got to be really happy about the way your team played, and especially the MLR.
Well, I was happy in the second half, Viz, but I wasn't happy in the first half. But I think it just goes back to the basics with our lads. Like, if we bring energy, we produce energy onto the ball, and we keep the ball, we go through our phases. Like, not many teams can live with us. But we got to shore up a little basic areas, whether it's the distribution from the line out down to our nines, and we can get into our pattern. We've got to look at a lot of things like that and just get the details right. And once we get that right, then you can see we score 40-odd points in the second half.
Well, congratulations. I think you'd like a more comfortable win next time, but congratulations on a great comeback.
Thanks, Viz.
Next up in the booth was Raptor of the match and Major League Rugby's leading try scorer, Johnny Ryberg.
At 32-0, what was going through your mind before you sparked those 2 tries?
Obviously that's not ideal. That's not the team we are and how we want to play, but it's good to get those 2 quick tries before we went into the sheds, and then if we just stick to our pattern, if we came out, talked at halftime, and we came out with a fire, and that's what we did, and the result speaks for itself.
And John, you had to go in that locker room knowing they had the yellow card. You had the first 10 minutes with a power play. I mean, you've got to take advantage of that, and you did just that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we wanted to do. We had the yellow card. We wanted to put the pressure on, and 2 quick tries in 3-4 minutes.
Well, talk us through the screen here. You're on the left hand there, setting things up. What's happening?
Big Murph got the ball in space, and I knew he's not going to go down easy. I'm just from my support line. Got it. Didn't have much left in my legs, but it was enough to hobble in. So.
Well, Johnny, I know a lot of people are asking you, how much do you actually bench? Because I've said a house,
well,
I've said a
wants
car.
to know.
How much? Because these you can't buy anywhere.
Nah, they're all for show. I don't bench that much, but Davey has a good weight program for us, and he keeps us.
Tell me about this. Tell me about the season coming up. Obviously, a very strong game coming up next week as well, huh?
Yeah. Well, we have a bye week, so we need a rest, get the bodies rested, and then come back. Go to San Diego. Important week.
That was a trick question for you, Ryberg. You passed. Thank you very much. Congratulations to our Raptor of the match, Johnny Ryberg.
This week in Dallen Explains, we'll look at what can happen when a defending team commits scrum penalties down near the goal line.
And the thing is, Dallen, when you get the pressure on the scrum, it's going to keep these flankers bound on, and that's going to open things up on this outside.
It certainly will. Plenty of talented backside. White Windsor's on the right-hand side. They need him. Pangolina on the left and push off a scrum. They get a penalty try underneath the stick. 6 minutes gone. This should be 7 points. The Sabre Cats have struck first here at Infinity Park.
To prevent themselves from being driven backwards into the try zone, the Raptors front rows illegally collapsed the scrum, which caused the referee to award a penalty try to Houston.
If you want to be a champion side, you have to be competitive at all set pieces, and here come Houston again. They've crumbled the scrum. It's try number 2.
This time, the collapse came even earlier from the right side of the Raptors scrum and was seemingly more intentional, which drew another penalty try and some words from the referee.
Yeah. Clear offence by number 3, just collapsing, stop the momentum going forward. Okay. I need more discipline in that area. Okay. Thank you.
The Raptors were very lucky not to have had a prop yellow carded on these penalty tries, especially the second one. They did eventually receive a yellow card on a scrum about 15 minutes later when they again collapsed it out of the 22-metre line, resulting in 10 minutes in the sin bin for Kalepi Fafita. The key element in awarding a penalty try is that the referee has to believe that a try probably would have been scored if the defenders didn't illegally prevent it from happening. And that's clearly what occurred in both these incidents. And remember, a fairly recent change to the law means that a penalty try is automatically worth 7 points with no conversion kick necessary. The Raptors try of the week is presented by Westera Credit Union, and versus Houston, the honours go to Robbie Petzer, who finished off an absolute classic.
So the talented fullback.
And I think Kohlberg's out as well.
That's right. A couple of changes there, and Taramai gets the offload beautifully. D'Archibald, fullback, slips there as Kalinisal gets cleaned out. Luke White on the charge. Luke White! You've never seen somebody run this fast in your life with that size. Gets the pass away. It's Champagne Rugby! Robbie Petzer is in! Get the glasses! Let's pop another bottle!
Without players' head off their feet, no regardless head.
Holy moly. It's magic night here, and now the Glendale Raptors are starting to feel it. Still got about 4 minutes left on the power play. This conversion's just going to make it a 4-point ball game. And again, the Glendale, look at that offload, beautiful. And the new man is making his presence felt here. That conversion is good. And then the big man, Luke White. The crowd is really getting into it. I thought he was going to pop the little pass right there, but he did a little bit later. And Sean Davies, how good is he? And Robbie Petzer, he's been kind of the unsung hero of this Glendale Raptors team. He has been a fixture in that midfield. There he is. There's the try score. And just like that, it's a 4-point ball game, Dallen.
When Glendale get the forwards and backs working together like that, they are close to unstoppable. With the Raptors taking next week off, you can still get your rugby fix by going to our Twitter feed and Instagram page at Glendale Raptors, then visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel at Glendale Raptors Rugby. After being down 32-0 in the first half, the Raptors' massive comeback win vaulted them up to second place overall in the standings, with a total of 33 points from 5 wins, 3 losses and 2 draws. The Raptors have their second bye of the season next weekend, but will return to action in round 13. Their opponent in sunny Southern California will be the San Diego Legion, who are currently sitting in 5th place on the ladder. San Diego and Glendale played to a draw back in week 8, so expect this matchup to be yet another very physical confrontation. If you can't make it down to San Diego to see them in person, be sure to watch the Raptors live on ESPN Plus on Saturday, April 20th at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. That'll do it for this episode of Raptors Weekly. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with full coverage of Glendale's trip to San Diego.